By the way, for the record, the reason why I wasn't around right away is because I'm also making cookies at the same time. And as I was putting cookies from the cooking sheet onto the cooling sheet, a cookie fell through the cooling sheet and onto the floor and made me very sad.
Oh.
Oh, that
You know
made me
what? You know
sad.
what will cheer you up? We're gonna go ahead and talk about the latest episode of My Little Pony. Of course, the latest episode was quite the most interesting and fun one because it brings it to a completely different light. No, we didn't talk about any other specific pony. We talked about Phyllis.
Oh, I love Phyllis. She
So-
is so cool and rad.
Anyway, while we're talking about this, feel free to post your pictures of the episode, and also be sure to put in your thoughts and ideas of the episode in the chat room. We'll go ahead and grab them as we go, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Phyllis, who is the biggest hero of the show. No, Phyllis was an amazing character this time around. Do you know what Phyllis ended up doing? She was the soothsayer. She was the one that stood by Starlight Glimmer as she was going through her manic depression and then her horrible drinking. Phyllis was also there in order to make sure that Twilight's list doesn't come up to Starlight Glimmer's hooves. Phyllis was the most amazing.
Yeah. I also have to say this about Phyllis. They really took some risks with this character. I mean, they really pushed that Y7 rating.
Oh yeah.
They did. I mean, right now it's a mystery why there hasn't been any porn of Phyllis yet. Apparently, us as a Brony community respected Phyllis so much. We're not doing porn of her, but we already did get a nice little picture of her getting married to Starlight Glimmer.
For the record, I did just check before he got to that point, and yes, there is no porn of Phyllis yet. Get on it, fandom. I mean,
Of course, we also got to remember the big tragedy of Phyllis, where Phyllis actually ended up fighting the Twilight Sparkle colored stick. Chrissy attacked Equestria, and the Twilight Sparkle colored stick attacked Phyllis. And unfortunately, Phyllis did not make it. The show ended rather abruptly and sadly with just a picture of Starlight Glimmer at Phyllis's grave. So, here we here at the Brony Show would like to extend our biggest heartfelt sadness to Phyllis, the most amazing, epic character that ever came on the show, just to die the same episode.
Although I think Sunbus is like, we know who did it.
I mean, in fairness, let's be honest. With office plans and most of us, odds are that's just as long as they lasted.
Yes. But as much as we enjoyed Phyllis, there was also the side plot that was going on with the episode. Namely, that Starlight Glimmer was being made good on her promise from Twilight Sparkle and becoming the principal of the school when Twilight Sparkle ascends into ruling the kingdom.
Honestly, I was so just at awe with Phyllis's performance throughout the entire episode. I forgot that there was another side plot to this. I'm going to need to go through. I'm going to need this refresher, honestly.
Well, let's go ahead and do a quick refresher here. But yes, despite the great sacrifice of Phyllis, there was still a bit of a side story because, it's a show. You have to have two stories interweaving together in order to make it entertaining. It's just plot. Mm-hmm. But in this case, Starlight Glimmer was being told that she is going to be taking the reins of the school from Twilight Sparkle once she ascends into Princess Godhood. Of course, Starlight Glimmer was actually smarter than Twilight Sparkle because she realized, I can't do this alone. That's stupid. That is the most insane thing I could have ever done. See, here's a picture of it right here. Starlight Glimmer is throwing up her hooves in great exasperation and pain. Mm-hmm. So Starlight Glimmer realized, I need help. So she decides she's going to get a vice principal. Unfortunately, nepotism rears its ugly head, and Trixie decides she wants to be the vice principal because she's friends already with the head mayor. So if she's friends with the principal, she can become vice principal without having to do any of the hard work, like actually interviewing for it and showing you have the skills.
Yeah, we all know Trixie lives in her own little world.
Yeah. So yeah, Trixie does live in her own little world. Unfortunately, her own little world was still being infiltrated by not only Trixie, but we had Big Mac, Doctor Who's, Octavia, and who was the other one that? Oh yeah,
Spoiled Rich.
Spoiled Rich. I gotta admit, I did not see that one coming. Spoiled Rich popping up there and trying to get the job was the most hilariously stupid thing I've ever seen.
I would kind of expect it cheerily.
Actually, wasn't that spoiled milk?
No,
It used to-
Spoiled Rich
Same.
is her name. She was spoiled milk before she married.
And then everyone misheard it as spoiled MILF.
Yep.
I'm still gonna.
We didn't mishear it. We knew exactly where we were going with that.
Even though Horse Mom didn't look all that great.
I'm
Yeah.
still calling her spoiled milk.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me that like you don't accept the marriage of Filthy Rich and spoiled
Oh, I do,
MILF?
but she's still milk.
Okay.
Of course, Starlight Glimmer does the smart principal thing and go through the entire interview process. First, disqualifying Spoiled Milk because
I'll be back in a bit.
no problem.
All right.
First, disqualifying Spoiled Milk because she was a raving bitch and an idiot. Then
Now you're saying spoiled milk.
I couldn't resist it. It was a funny joke.
Yeah.
So Spoiled Rich immediately got disqualified. Then I have to admit the next disqualification was kind of funny. Big Mac was disqualified because parent-teacher conference does require you to communicate with the parents. And of course Big Mac can only say yup, nope, and apparently maybe when he's really, really stressed.
Well, remember.
He's mad when he actually does sentences. We figured that out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's either mad.
when he needs to be, but he doesn't find the need to be most of the time.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Well, also, I love the fact that we got to see the Silverstream's father in this, along with a few other characters. That this might be the last episode we ever see them in.
well, it is, but it was also fun that we had Trixie basically laying into Grandpa Gruff.
Oh yeah, Gallus's face just going yay.
Was Gallus going yay?
Gallus was actually a little stressed at it.
Well, I don't blame him
Oh.
because I honestly don't blame him on that one.
And
This is
when
gonna come back
Grandpa
on me,
Gruff
isn't it?
flies away,
Yeah.
he's slouching. He's not joy, he's slouching.
You're dealing with a shit ton of kids. Of course.
Of course,
No,
he did feel.
Gallus is slouching.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, you could obviously tell that Trixie was horrible at this, almost as bad as Spoiled Milk. MILF. You know what? As bad as the bitch. You know, I'm just gonna go with it. As bad as her. However-
Female dog. This is a family-friendly show, you know.
Right. But I do gotta admit, I love the whole thing with every time that they're talking with each other and Starlight's trying to tell her, you know, you need to do better. She keeps saying, "Oh, I get it." Wink. Just constant winking.
I will stab you in the eye with my pencil. Now stop.
Of course, it goes down to a few more with Octavia and the Doctor. Octavia actually does the most amazing thing, and I would have easily thought that she would have become the vice principal at this point.
Octavia was the best, and the reason why I shouldn't make it was stupid.
What was,
No.
what was the reason?
She held a concert in a big grand hall. Of course, she started playing her cello, which everybody, you know, was getting a little... Gallus was getting bored to death, and everybody was just kind of meh. Then the curtains open up to reveal DJ Pony, and they immediately start doing a massive rave.
I'm down for that. And also double checking, yeah, Gallus did come up to Starlight and said no creature ever stuck up for him in front of the Gruff. So yay!
Yeah. So, yeah, and the Doctor unfortunately just showed a bunch of inventions, including the time-traveling chair, which literally kept traveling you 1 second forward in time.
Yeah, that kind of.
No, actually, I like that. That was a stupid joke. It was stupidly hilarious, but yeah, it was
Great.
bad. It was bad. It was bad, but it was hilarious.
And to be
When is
fair,
the present? Now.
So,
in fairness, this is the same dude that forgot a firework goes off with love.
he didn't forget. He just couldn't figure it out.
How does it work? I don't understand.
I made it, but I don't know how it goes off. What the hell? Any case, so what ended up, so for a quick synopsis, what ended up happening, Octavia was worried that it would take away from her music. The doctor was afraid it would take away from his lab work, so they both decided to not pursue it, leaving Starlight Glimmer with Trixie. The school burned down the day afterwards. We all saw this coming, we all knew it. Actually,
Yeah, but I'm sitting there like, if you apply for the job, why do you not think it's gonna take something out of your life?
I can see it that where they thought maybe they could balance it or something like that. Like, because I mean, people think people will try to balance basically two jobs all the time, and some people can do it, and some people can't.
Yep. So, but however, this actually did end up a nice little nice little moment, which kind of brought things a little full circle, and probably the shippers are given a menage a trois moment now. Let's face it, we know exactly that this is what happened, and I can't find the stupid picture. You know what? Thank you, thank you, our picks and gifts. I'm going to start using you guys now. Oh no, we were going, but yeah. Sunburst. She hires Sunburst, who doesn't have anything going on, is exactly what Starlight Glimmer needs, and I'm pretty sure it has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that they're probably getting into shenanigans in the principal's office. Wink.
That's your fan fiction, not mine.
It's better than the
like a
janitor's
little
closet.
comic of this. Yeah.
And of course, it ends with Trixie actually being hired on as a guidance counselor, because even though she sucks at being a vice principal, she actually is really good at giving advice and setting things straight, including helping out Gallus with Grandpa Gruff. So she immediately trashes Phyllis.
No!
Which, actually, that was the best part of the entire episode. Just a sudden trashing of the plant. That was, unfortunately, dealing with a lot of crap the whole episode, just to get thrown into a wastebasket right at the end.
Yep.
It was so sad.
Phyllis knew too much.
Phyllis. In any case, that's my quick synopsis of the episode. Let's go ahead and go down the chat room here to everybody and get your thoughts. Starting off with Crazy Matt Captain.
So, my only really qualm with this is, yes, we dealt with Grandpa Gruff not caring about Gallus, but one episode back, why was Gabby so much in town?
Exactly. But
Because Grandpa Gruff wanted updates.
Yeah. Well, here's a
He
thing,
probably
though.
wanted to make sure he wasn't slacking.
Yes,
He's
but
not.
now is Gabby going to be there as much?
I think she will. Let's face it, it's just an excuse for Gabby to get shipped with Spike.
Also, did she specify that it was only Grandpa Gruff asking for updates, or
Yes.
I thought she said.
Remember, Gallus is an orphan.
No, I mean but I thought she said that there were people in Griffinstone that wanted to know, or something like that.
She said Grandpa Gruff.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, granted, I will not put it past someone setting up a betting pool to say, all right, how badly does Gallus fail? I will not put it past them.
Okay, Toa, let's go ahead and just jump to you. Quickly give your thoughts on the episode so we can let everybody else have their moment.
I enjoyed it, and I love that there was a shout out to the 100th episode with the Doctor and Octavia. And let's face it, everyone needs more Octavia in their life.
Okay, now go ahead and let everybody else get their thoughts.
Well, I was going to say Octavia could be a music teacher.
Yeah, there's always that possibility.
It made sense since she's classically trained anyway.
Well, yeah, she can come in as a music teacher, and with how Big Mac was, he definitely could come in as sub anytime.
Or, PE teacher.
All right, Deathlight, your thoughts on the episode?
As a surprise, no one. I again never watched the episode, but from Twitter and everybody talking about it, I know roughly what happened.
Fair enough. Sorry. Did you have any quick thoughts to add to it then? Chat room, don't forget to add your thoughts too.
Well, you kind of heard what I was talking about.
Oh, I did. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Apparently, apparently during the Flash Beast scene, it actually had MLP's own rendition of "Flight of the Bumblebees" going on.
Oh,
Perfect.
that's awesome.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead and continue, Deathlight.
But if you apply for a job, don't expect you can do that job plus other things. Like, that's why I kind of found it dumb. Where it's like, but it's gonna affect this. I'm like, well, yeah, that's what jobs do.
Jobs are give and take.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I'm not in college just because I like it.
I mean, once again, I'm gonna kind of put it here. It really kind of depends, because like I'm also gonna come from the viewpoint of being a wrestling fan. There are so many stories of professional wrestlers that in fact, a big example I can think of is a guy named Christopher Daniels. He literally told the story of how he was first getting started, and the only reason he stopped working his job at Disney, he was in the Imagineering department. The only reason he quit doing that job was because one day he went to his boss and said, "Oh yeah, I need to take like the next 2 months off because I'm going to be in Japan for a month and then I'm going to be over in Europe for like 2 weeks for these." It finally clicked that was what it was. So, I mean, but up until that point, he could tour around and do stuff and just take minor time off. So yeah, you can still do. Like Octavia, if Octavia wasn't already like really, really well known in Equestria or anything like that, and wasn't going to be doing events and things like that all the time, then she could have easily probably been in part of the school.
Yeah, and like when I was going to college, I did college part-time job plus help edit stories and went to sleep.
Personally,
Sleep again.
okay. All right. So, Suki, do you have any other additional thoughts on that then? On the
Wait,
episode?
sleep is a thing?
I know it's a magical thing. I don't know.
What? You just mean what? The episode in general?
Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely have to admit they did pull the payoff with Phyllis they did the payoff with Phyllis very well. Just the whole thing where it's like the entire episode revolving around Starlight and this, and then just because Trixie obviously wouldn't know, she just decided to start decorating. But I think what was it? Oh right, I think we discussed this after the episode. I do agree. I feel like this was a better version of basically the Discord episode with Starlight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Granted, though, Trixie doesn't have Discord's powers.
Well, we get the point though. In any case, Silent. I don't think you saw the episode, but did you have anything to add?
No, like I said it earlier. It seemed like for other shit, they could have worked like for other things. They're like Big Mac's more of a groundskeeper than anything else.
True.
True. All right, and Coldust, you actually saw this.
Yes, I did.
Your thoughts?
I thought it was good.
All right.
I don't know. Not really sure what else to add. It was a fun episode. We got Smug Trixie. That's always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I never got to release my thoughts.
Hey, Tech.
All right.
Yeah,
And,
I'm here. I've just been doing something.
All right. Tech, did I get your thoughts on this yet?
The only thing I really have to say, that time traveling for Doctor Who's is so disappointing.
I know
That's the joke.
I don't know. I thought that was hilarious, especially with everybody and with the whole Doctor Who singing the time traveling joke. I thought that was great.
I was actually hoping. I know it was supposed to be funny, but I was actually hoping to see time travel.
Yeah,
We
I didn't
already
see them
had
do
that
that.
in a season finale.
I didn't see that happening, but let's go. All right then.
Finale. We had time travel as early as season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right. So my quick final thoughts on this, real fast. it's okay to hire friends, but make sure you're actually hiring for the job that they can do. Don't hire them just because they're your friends. That comes back to bite you in the ass. Believe me, I know that way too much. I kind of empathize with Starlight Glimmer a lot on this because you do want to have your friends around, and you do want to help them out. But if they can't do the job, do both of yourselves a favor. Tell them they can't do the job. Find somebody who can. You could still remain friends and not give them the job. And if they actually if you lose your friendship because you won't give them the job because they can't do it, then weren't exactly really good friends to begin with.
Yeah, but then they were so good friends.
Yeah, it's a good friends that understand that you are going to do what is right for what you need, not hire them just because they know who you are and maybe even sleep with you.
Yeah. By the way, Vaguely brought up the bed comment saying fair share of bed content, great expressions as always. Also, as far as Grandpa Gruff goes, writing a letter is one thing. Traveling an entire kingdom away is quite another.
Oh no, definitely. I had no qualms against Grandpa Gruff actually being the one showing up and getting all huffy. Because you can get a letter and get annoyed, but it's another to actually have to go and talk to somebody, especially when you're just like, oh, you mean this whippersnapper? This guy sucks anyway. I don't know why I'm here.
That's the whole thing, though. We all suspect that Gruff is only rough because he's trying to prepare them for an uncaring world.